There is something an older man can do in less than 4 seconds that no younger man on earth can replicate, my friend. He can smile at a woman. And before you laugh at how simple that sounds, listen carefully, because what neuroscience has now confirmed about the female brain in those 4 seconds is something almost no man over 50 has ever been told. The right smile from the right older man triggers a cascade inside her mind that bypasses logic, melts hesitation, and rewires how she sees him before she has consciously decided anything. Tonight, I'm going to break down exactly what happens inside her brain, second by second, when an older man smiles at her the right way. Let's begin. The first second. Her brain decides whether to trust you. In the first second after you smile at a woman, my friend, her brain is doing something it has been doing since she was a baby. It is deciding whether you are safe. This is not conscious. She is not thinking about it. Deep in the oldest parts of her brain, ancient circuits are reading your face for threat or welcome, and the smile is the single fastest piece of information they evaluate. But here is what makes the older man's smile different. A younger man's smile is read with caution. The female brain has learned, over years of dating, that a young man's smile often comes with an agenda. It is the opening move of a pursuit. It is a tool he is using to get something from her. So her trust circuits remain on alert, even as she smiles back. The older man's smile is read differently. It carries less perceived threat because it does not appear to be hunting for anything. It looks like a man who is simply pleased to be in the moment, not a man trying to win it. And her brain registers this within milliseconds. The threat circuits relax, the welcoming circuits engage. Without her noticing, she has shifted, in less than 1 second, from guarded to open. This is why the older man's smile, when it is genuine, has an effect younger men cannot manufacture, no matter how hard they try. It speaks the language of safety before it speaks the language of attraction, and a woman cannot be drawn toward anyone she has not first decided is safe. The second, recognition floods in. In the second after that, something even more interesting happens. Her brain begins to recognize you. Not literally, she has never met you, but it recognizes the archetype of you. Every woman walks around with a vast internal library of male faces she has loved, trusted, depended on, or simply admired across her lifetime. Her father, her grandfather, a favorite uncle, a teacher, a character from a film she watched at 12 and never forgot, the kind older man who helped her once when she was lost. When you smile at her, her brain rapidly scans this library, searching for whether you match any of the trusted templates already living inside her. And the older man, by virtue of his age alone, is far more likely to match one of those templates than a younger man could ever be. This is not romantic at this stage. It is something more important than romantic. It is familiar. She feels, without knowing why, that she has met you before, that she knows the kind of man you are, that there is a softness around the edges of your presence that she remembers from somewhere in her past. And this recognition makes her drop another layer of guard. Younger men cannot trigger this because they do not match the older, trusted archetypes. They are interpreted as new, unknown, untested. An older man, even one she has just met, gets the gift of being read as familiar before he has done anything to earn it. Use that gift, my friend. It is one of the few advantages age gives you that nothing else can replicate. The third second. The chemistry starts. By the third second, if your smile has done its work, the chemistry has begun. Inside her brain, small bursts of dopamine and oxytocin are released. Dopamine is the chemistry of pleasant surprise, of small reward, of the feeling that something good might be happening. Oxytocin is the chemistry of bonding, of warmth, of being held without being touched. These two together, in those first seconds, create the foundation of what we mean when we say chemistry between two people. But here is the catch. These chemicals only release if the smile reads as genuine. The female brain has been calibrated by evolution to detect the difference between a real smile and a performed one, and it does so with terrifying accuracy. A fake smile, even a well-practiced one, does not trigger the same response. The chemicals stay locked away. Her face may smile back politely, but inside, nothing has happened. A real smile, the kind that reaches the eyes, that creases the skin at the corners, that arrives unforced because something inside you is actually pleased, this is what releases the chemistry. And this is where the older man has another advantage. His face has been smiling for 60 years. The muscles know how. The lines around his eyes deepen naturally when something genuinely amuses him. His smile cannot be hidden. It is part of his architecture now. The reason older men's smiles can be so devastatingly effective is that, after a lifetime of practice, they are harder to fake and easier to read as real. And real, in this game, is everything. The 4th second, she begins to lean in. Now we arrive at the most beautiful moment in the entire sequence, my friend. By the 4th second, if everything before has worked, her body begins to lean in. Not literally lean, although sometimes literally, but internally, her attention has narrowed onto you. Her interest is awake. The conversational opening has been set, and her brain is now generating curiosity. Who is this man? What is his story? Why did his smile land the way it did? This is the moment that separates the older men who know what they are doing from the ones who don't. Because most men, even when they get the first 3 seconds right, blow this 4th second by trying too hard. They follow the smile with a line, with a compliment, with something rehearsed. And the entire cascade collapses, because nothing kills the chemistry. Her brain just produced faster than the sudden realization that the man across from her has an agenda after all. The older man who understands what is happening does not rush. He lets the smile land. He lets the silence breathe. He may say nothing at all for several seconds, allowing her to come to him rather than reaching for her. And in doing so, he amplifies everything that just happened in her brain, because now her curiosity has nowhere to spend itself except on him. She begins to wonder. She begins to engage. She begins, in 1,000 small ways, to do the work of moving toward you that you would otherwise have had to do toward her. All because of a smile that knew how to land and a silence that knew how to follow. What she is reading behind the smile. There is one more thing I have to tell you before we end, my friend, because it is the deepest part of all. In all of these seconds, her brain is not just reading your smile, it is reading what is behind it. It is asking a question her conscious mind would never form so directly. What kind of life does this smile come from? What kind of man smiles like this? And the answer to that question determines almost everything. A smile that comes from a man at peace with himself looks different from a smile that comes from a man performing for her. A smile that comes from a man whose eyes have seen things looks different from a smile that comes from a man who has not yet been touched by life. A smile that comes from a man who likes himself looks different from a smile that comes from a man who is hoping she will like him enough for both of them. The older man's smile, when it is real, broadcasts an entire life behind it. The years he has lived, the losses he has weathered, the pleasures he has tasted, the settled, unhurried quality of a man who knows who he is. All of this lives in the corners of his eyes and the shape of his mouth, and a woman reads it instantly, even if she could never describe what she just read. This is why the smile of an older man, at its best, is something a younger man simply cannot reproduce. The youth has not yet earned the smile. The younger smile, however charming, is a draft. The older smile, when it is real, is a finished work, and a woman's brain, in those first crucial seconds, can tell the difference between the two with stunning clarity. So there it is, my friend. What happens in a woman's brain when an older man smiles at her? Her trust circuits relax, her recognition systems engage, her chemistry begins to release, her curiosity awakens. And all of it depends on whether the smile is real and whether the man behind it has earned the depth that an older smile is supposed to carry. But here is the thing I most want you to take with you. The smile is not a technique,